Hi everyone, I welcome all of you again to online English class grade 9. Now we are discussing the lesson The Adventures of Toto, and this is the last part of the lesson. You have already got an idea about the mischiefs played by Toto. In the last part you have seen that how Toto took bath in the cold winter season and how he got half-boiled once because of his mischiefs. Today we will discuss the remaining part of the lesson. Watch the video carefully. A large kitchen kettle had been left on the fire to boil for tea, and Toto, finding himself with nothing better to do, decided to remove the lid. Finding the water just warm enough for bath, he got in, with his head sticking out from the open kettle. Author narrates an incident. They kept a large kettle and water was boiling on the stove. In a large kettle, water was boiling on the stove. They were boiling water. Toto saw this. Toto climbed up to the stove and removed the lid from it. Toto removed the lid of the kettle. He felt that the water was warm enough for him to take a bath. He saw boiling water inside. He felt that the water was warm and he can take a bath. He entered the kettle with his head out of it. He entered the kettle, and as usual he kept his head out of it. Water was boiling. Toto is now inside the kettle and he kept his head out of the kettle. He was comfortable there until water began to boil. Gradually, water started boiling. It became hot for Toto. Toto then raised himself a little, but finding it cold outside, sat down again. And he found outside it is cold. So he sat down again. He continued hopping up and down for some time. So he repeated this activity. He would get up and outside it is cold, and then he again sat down. He continued this up and down activity for some time. Suddenly grandmother arrived and howled him. Howled means pulled him out. Suddenly grandmother came and pulled him out of the kettle. This was just fine for a while until the water began to boil. Toto then raised himself a little, but finding it cold outside, sat down again. He continued hopping up and down for some time until grandmother arrived and howled him, half-boiled, out of the kettle. The writer's grandmother arrived and she took the half-boiled monkey out of the kettle. Again, the author talks about Toto's mischiefs. He says, if there is a part in our brain especially devoted to mischief, that part was largely developed in Toto. Author says, if there is a part in our brain that controls our ability to create mischief, then that part in Toto's brain was highly developed. That means he had a great capacity to do mischief. Author says that if there is a part of brain that governs our ability to create mischief, then that part in Toto's brain was highly developed. If there is a part of the brain especially devoted to mischief, that part was largely developed in Toto. He was always tearing things to pieces. He was always tearing things to pieces. He was always doing mischief. It was his habit. It was his habit to tear things to pieces. He was always tearing things to pieces. Whenever one of my aunts came near him, he made every effort to get hold of her dress and tear a hole in it. Whenever the author's aunts passed him, he tried to tear their dresses. Whenever the author's aunts came near Toto, he made every effort to hold of her. Toto made efforts to get hold of her, and he tries to tear a hole in her dress. Toto was very naughty, mischievous, and always created troubles. Now author narrates another incident that happened one day at lunchtime. One day at lunchtime, a large dish of pulao stood stood in the center of the dining table. We entered the room to find Toto stuffing himself with rice. My grandmother screamed and Toto threw a plate at her. One of my aunts rushed forward and received a glass of water in the face. It was an incident that happened one day at lunchtime. The writer recollects another incident when Toto created a lot of mischief. At lunchtime, a dish of rice was placed on the dining table. One day at lunchtime, a large dish of pulao stood in the center of the dining table. When the family reached to eat it, they found Toto eating it. We entered the room to find Toto stuffing himself with rice. When the family reached to eat, they found Toto eating pulao. The writer's grandmother screamed at him. My grandmother screamed and Toto threw a plate at her. The writer's grandmother screamed at Toto, and in response, Toto threw a plate at her. Toto threw a plate at grandmother. Toto threw a plate at the writer's grandmother. Then one of his aunts rushed forward. When the ants tried to catch him, when the ants tried to move forward, she received a glass of water in the face. When the ant tried to catch Toto, he threw a glass of water in her face. She received a glass of water in the face. One day at lunchtime, the family came to eat food. Then they saw Toto eating pulao. Grandmother screamed. Toto threw a plate at her. Then one of the other's aunts rushed forward and received a glass of water in the face. When grandfather arrived, Toto picked up the dish of pulao and made his exit through a window. Then the other's grandfather arrived. Suddenly Toto picked up the dish of pulao and left the place through a window. When the grandfather arrived, Toto left the place through a window with the dish of rice along with him. When the grandfather arrived, Toto left the place through a window with the dish of rice along with him. We found him in the branches of the jackfruit tree, the dish still in his arms. Toto remained out the entire afternoon. He sat on the jackfruit tree with the dish still in his arms. Toto escaped from the room, went outside, sat on the jackfruit tree, determined to eat all the rice. He remained there all afternoon, eating slowly through the rice, determined on finishing every grain. Toto remained out the entire afternoon. He sat on the jackfruit tree, determined to eat all the rice. He sat on the jackfruit tree, determined to finish every grain. And then, in order to spite grandmother who had screamed at him, he threw the dish down from the tree and chattered with delight when it broke into 100 pieces. Grandmother screamed at him again. Toto got angry. In order to spite grandmother, in order to hurt grandmother who had screamed at him, he threw the dish down from the tree. As the grandmother had screamed on him, he wanted to annoy her further. So, after eating the rice, he threw the dish. He threw the dish down from the tree. The dish had broken into 100 pieces. It broke into several pieces. Toto became happy. He chattered with delight when he saw the dish broke into 100 pieces. Grandmother screamed at Toto. In order to annoy grandmother, Toto threw the dish down from the tree and the dish broke into several pieces, and Toto chattered with delight when it broke into 100 pieces. So finally it was clear that Toto was not the sort of pet we could keep for long. Finally, grandfather realized that Toto was not suitable to be kept at home. Obviously, Toto was not the sort of pet we could keep for long. Even grandfather realized that. Grandfather realized the truth. He felt that Toto was not suitable to be kept at home. We were not well-to-do and could not afford the frequent loss of dishes, clothes, curtains, and wallpaper. They could not afford the frequent losses. They were not well-to-do family. They were not that much rich. And they could not afford the frequent losses of dishes, clothes, curtains, and wallpapers. Toto always destroys dishes, clothes, curtains, and wallpaper. And the frequent loss of dishes, clothes, curtains, and wallpaper became an issue for the family. They could not afford the frequent losses. He tore clothes, curtains, wallpapers, and broke dishes. It was a problem for them because they were not a well-to-do family. So grandfather found the Tonga driver and sold Toto back to him for only 3 rupees. So grandfather found the Tonga driver again and he sold Toto back to him for only 3 rupees. You remember that? He bought Toto from the Tonga driver for 5 rupees. And now grandfather realized that Toto was not suitable to be kept at home. So he found the Tonga driver and sold Toto back to him for only 3 rupees. For 3 rupees, he returned back Toto to the Tonga driver. Dear students, our lesson is over. Here Ruskin Bond narrates the adventures of the pet monkey Toto. He was mischievous, troublemaking, and very cunning. So grandfather found the Tonga driver and sold Toto back to him for only 3 rupees. Students, today we are concluding here. I think you got an idea about the content of the lesson. If you have any doubt, you can clarify it with me. Complete the given homework and send it in the group. Thank you for listening. Thank you very much.